Ladies and gentlemen, on this day in baseball history, August 18th, a lot had happened. A no-hitter happened in the major leagues. The longest 9-inning game happened in the major leagues. And of course, records were broken left and right. We're going to talk about that today. Of course, as always, I will link down to the website where I got this information right here, as well as in the description below, so you guys can check out all of the MLB history that happened today, throughout the years, as well as look ahead to tomorrow, and let me know what you guys think I should talk about for tomorrow's Today in History. So, of course, as always, I'm going to go through 4 or 5 things that I found incredibly interesting and talk about them, give you my opinion on them, and let's just start right away. 60 years ago, just about, on August 18th, 1960, Lew Burdette threw a no-hitter. And he's been close a couple of times. This was the 3rd time that he has gotten within one batter of a no-hitter, and he finished the job. In fact, back in 1960, this was almost a perfect game. As you know, there are 23 perfect games in the Major League history of baseball. This was almost a perfect game as Lew Burdette, the 5th inning, right? Let's go look at the game. Actually, I brought this thing up in the 5th inning. With 1 out, he hits a batter. He hits Tony Gonzalez, the center fielder, to break up the perfect game. But of course, the next guy up, Lee Wells, grounds into a double play. So Burdette still faces the minimum, 27 up, 27 down, with a double play in there, adds some flair to get his first career no-hitter. Now, if you want to go look at Lew Burdette's stats, this guy is absolutely incredible. I guess I don't know if it's Lew Burdette or Lew Burdette, but this guy was incredible. A 3-time All-Star. He pitched in the 1957 World Series. It was the first time ever that, I don't know if it's still only the first time ever, but this is the first time ever where a pitcher had won 3 games in the World Series. And he was also World Series MVP that season. All on top of, he won the ERA title, the pitching champion for the lowest ERA. This guy was incredible. And if you look at his stats, he was leading the league in almost everything at one point in his career. I mean, the seasons that he wasn't an All-Star were still good seasons, and I'm sure this guy will be a Hall of Famer eventually, just because he pitched from 1950 to 1967. They didn't, I guess, have like a specific Hall of Fame ceremony dedicated to certain things, so he will be able to be on the ballot in 2021, and I don't see how this guy doesn't get in. He was also in the running for the Cy Young a couple of times too. I mean, this guy, like I said, was incredible. So let's talk about it, specifically his 1960 season when, like I said, he wasn't an All-Star but still pitched incredibly. He had 21 wins the season before, 20 wins before that, and then in 1960 went 19-13 with a 3.36 ERA. I mean, this guy had a career ERA of 3.66. That is very, very good. Also led the league in complete games that season. I mean, during this time, if you threw a game, you basically completed it. But he threw 18 complete games. 4 of them were shutouts. 275 innings, and that didn't even lead the league that year, but had 277 hits. Okay, he gave up a lot of hits, so what? Gave up 103 earned runs. How about that? Letting guys get on base and not letting them score right there. But also had an ERA of 102, or ERA plus of 102. Very, very good. He led the league in walks per 9, which I guess is that? Never mind. Just kidding. But his home runs per 9 were also very low. So, I mean, this guy was really good. And he pitched for the Milwaukee Braves. He pitched for the Yankees in 1950, the Boston Braves in 1951 and 52, and then they became the Milwaukee Braves. Pitched them until he became part of St. Louis in 1963. But again, 203 career wins, 3.66 ERA, a 99 ERA plus. I mean, this guy was incredible. I don't see how he won't be on the Hall of Fame, especially as I said, it was part of the World Series MVP. I don't want to spend too much time on him. Like I said, you could go check out him. He's got an incredible story. I found fascinating to research and watch. So we're going to go ahead and leave it there. But on this day in history, one of however many no-hitters there were in Major League history, he threw one of them, as well as almost a perfect game. Let's talk about Pete Rose again. Pete Rose, in 1982, a couple of years later, did become the all-time leader in plate appearances. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but yesterday we talked about him in his final at-bat a couple of years prior. In 1982, he got the leader. He became the all-time leader in plate appearances, and at that point, he became the leader. It was 13,941. That was the lead at that time that he took over. Well, he ended, as I mentioned yesterday, 15,890. That is 2,000 more plate appearances. I don't think anybody will ever come close to touching that record, or the hits record, or the games played record. I mean, this guy was absolutely incredible, like I said, and he earned it. I mean, you guys could talk about if he should be in the Hall of Fame or not. I think so, once MLB reinstates it. But yeah, another piece of history for Pete Rose, as he became the all-time leader in plate appearances with 15,000, almost 16,000, almost 3,000 more plate appearances. That's absolutely incredible. So we'll talk about Pete Rose again. You guys could comment down below what you guys think about him. But that's a piece of history that will never be taken away from him, as the rest of baseball will hopefully agree with me at some point. But let's talk about another great guy who, well, is absolutely incredible. Was inducted into the Hall of Fame, of course. I guess I don't know what year. Shoot, I should know this. He was 4-time Cy Young Award winner, 8-time All-Star, 1995 World Series, 18-time Gold Glove, 4-time ERA title champion. Who is it? Let me know down in the comments below. This is not hard if you know baseball. It is Gregory Maddux. And if you missed commenting, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. But this guy, absolutely incredible. We all know this. I mean, this guy was a Hall of Famer from the moment he stepped on the field. 1988, when he became an All-Star, from there it was just boom, 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 boom. All-Star every single year. Cy Young Award winner 4 times in a row. I mean, you can't compete with this guy. And then a couple of Gold Gloves down there at the end. I mean, you could see all of the list right there. But 23 years in the big leagues, it only took him 12 to get 200 career wins. That's right, on today in, 1998. So just over 20 years ago, 21 years ago today, Greg Maddux got his 200th career win. And I mean, that is almost absurd now, because how many times do you see a pitcher have 200 plus wins ever? I mean, CC Sabathia was at 250. That's about it. I mean, that's the only guy I'm aware of that has even close to that sort of number. But absolutely incredible, Greg Maddux. I mean, let's just go through his stats for the couple of seasons before that. 1992, won 20 games. 1993, 20 games. 1994, he won 16. Still led the league in that year. Then 95, he won 19. 19, 18, 15 in there. Oh boy, he threw 15 wins one year. Great. But, I mean, this guy, absolutely incredible. As you know, he had an ERA of 1.63 during the 1995 season. I mean, going down to 1998, even a 2.22 ERA when he won 18 games and lost 9. Absolutely incredible. Pitched over 200 innings every single year, without a doubt. I mean, you knew this guy was going to be good. He ended up with 355 career wins. About halfway through his career, he got 200, which makes sense. Just absolutely crazy. I mean, crazy how good he was. And in that game where he got his 200th win, just another piece of history to add on to it, the Braves beat the Giants as he pitched for the Braves for that part of his career. They won 8-4. All 9 of the Braves hits that day were doubles. How about that? So we'll add one more piece of history right here as probably one of my favorites. Back in 2006, the Yankees and the Red Sox played the longest 9-inning game in the history of baseball. The Yankees ended up winning 14-11. My bad. 14-11. The Yankees only scored in 3 innings. They scored 5 in the second, 2 in the fourth, and 7 in the seventh. The Red Sox, they had 1 run in the first, 2 runs in the third, 1 run in the third, 2 runs in the fourth, 3 runs in the fifth, and 1 run in the ninth. 9 of the 18 half innings had at least a run. There was 34 hits total, 15 runs, and the Yankees made 3 errors. But here, I want to give you the lineups for this game. Johnny Damon, Derek Jeter, Bobby Abreu, Alex Rodriguez, Robinson Cano, Craig Wilson, Jason Giambi, Bernie Williams, Sal Fanso, Fansano, Jorge Posada, and Melky Cabrera. Those were the guys who played in that game. I mean, what? That is a dream team right there. Absolutely incredible. And then over to the Red Sox side of things, Kevin Youkill, Mark Loretta, Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Eric Hinsky, Mike Lowell, Willie Mo Pena, Coco Crisp, Doug Maribelli, and guess who was in the 9 spot that day? Alex Cora, who was actually the manager of the Red Sox. I mean, and John Lester started that day. Absolutely crazy. Look at those 2 lineups. I mean, that was only, 13 years ago? And it's crazy how good those teams were back then. But yeah, Mike Myers got the win after coming in, and I can't remember what inning it was. He was the 4th pitcher that came into that game. Sidney Ponson was the guy who started for the Yankees, and then Mike Timlin, he was the guy who got the loss. So that just tells you how crazy that game was, and the teams that was going at it. It's one of the best games. I mean, if you like long baseball games, 4 hours 45 minutes was the time of this game, the longest 9-inning game in the history of baseball. It still stands today on this day in history. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little piece of history as I enjoyed telling it. If you guys, again, want to check out your own pieces of history, maybe you think I missed something, or you want to see all the other things that happened, I'll check down in the website below. Other than that, please let me know what you guys want me to talk about tomorrow. You can flip ahead to tomorrow's day in history, and then we can have a discussion about that. But other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy the pieces of information, the stories that I was able to tell. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys do enjoy the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. Also, if you missed yesterday's videos, check up there, and I think you'll enjoy them. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.